Alright, so I'm going to make a short video on how to do the 5-number summary for your data for IA2. So before you start, you need to have sorted your data from smallest to largest for the group high school. You also need to do the same for post-secondary. I've already made a video on that. If you haven't already done this, you need to go and watch that previous video. So we're going to start with the point of having your data sorted and copied or written into your task sheet. So this is my task sheet. I was student 30 and I've sorted my data from smallest to largest. To start my 5-number summary, the first thing I'm going to do is work out the median. So to do that, I have a look at how many observations I have, and I have 30. And then what I do to work out the middle is I remember the number 30. So I'm going to write that down, and then I add 1 to 30. Always add 1 to the number of observations. So in my case, it's going to give me 31. And then I take that number and I divide it by 2, and that gives me 15.5. Now this 15.5 is key in telling me where the median is. So if I look down my observations, and let's just try and turn on my cursor highlighter so you can see what I'm doing. If I turn on my cursor highlighter, you can see now I'm looking for observation number 15.5. So if I come down here, I go down to observation 15, and 15.5 is going to be halfway between observations 15 and 16. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this off for a moment. I am going to draw a line between 15 and 16. And now if I want to check that I've done it correctly, I should see that I've got 15 observations above my line and 15 observations below my line. Now, to work out actually what the median is, I need to look at two values in this case because I'm stuck between two. So I need to look at this value here and this value here. And what I am going to do is I am going to add these together. So I have 130,574, and I'm going to add to that 134,519. So if I add those together, grab out my calculator, typing it in. So I've got 130,574 plus 134,519, and that equals 265,093. I then take that number and I'm going to divide it by 2. 265,093 dividing by 2. Divide by 2 on my calculator gives me 132,546 and 0.5, but because we're all talking about money, I'm going to make it 2 decimal places. So my median is $132,542.50. I then repeat that process to find Q1 and Q3. Alright, so I'm going to come back to the top here. I have got 15 observations. So from the top to here, I've got 15 observations, and I need to find the middle one of those. So Switch this off. Writing down 15, adding 1 gives me 16. Taking that 16, dividing by 2, that's 8. That tells me I need the 8th observation. So if I come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I need the 8th observation. Now, when I'm not between two observations, when it's an actual observation, I'm going to draw a circle around it. And then I can write Q1 equals 106,315. Down here, where I've previously done my median, just to tidy it up, I'm going to write median equals that number, 132,542.50. And then I need to find Q3. So I need to look down here and I see that I've got from observation 16 down to observation 30. So that's 15 observations. And the middle of 15 observations is the 8th one. So I'm just going to renumber those so that I know I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I need the 8th one. That's there. So my 8th observation is this one. That then makes Q3 equal to 156,633. So I've got Q1, I've got my median, I've got Q3. I'm going to come back to the top, the minimum, this one number, the smallest one. Minimum is going to equal 89,142. And the maximum is going to equal 289,000. So that's not correct. 288,924. So my 5-number summary is made up of the min, Q1, the median, Q3, and the max. I'm then going to take each of those values, 89, so the first one's 89,142, and on the next page of my task sheet, I'm going to write that in, and I'm going to put my dollar signs. So 89,000, and from memory, 142, yep. 89,100 and, oops, hit a button that I shouldn't have. 142. Q2, everything has moved on my screen. I think that's better. Yep. 89,000. Let's get that out of the way. 142. Q1 is 106,315. So I'm going to write that down. 315. The median is 132,542.50. Q3 is at 156,633. And excuse the highlighter. and the max is 288,924. And once you have done that, fill that in on your task sheet. You can then go and repeat the process for your post-secondary data, finding the median, Q1, Q3, the min, and the max, and then filling out your calculations here. That is it for the video.